good. Kick it down, and the kick is good! It's good!
Good morning, Dragon Nation. Welcome to the Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Jeff Gorby. I'm joined with head football coach Melvin Cunningham. Coach, before we get to Friday night's, this past Friday night's action and that game and talking about playoff game coming up this week, let's kind of recap some things that happened this week. First off, volleyball. Volleyball plays sectional finals here this past Wednesday night, gets a 3-0 victory over Warren. They will now travel to Athens High School on Monday to play Gallia Academy in a rematch there. Two teams split during the regular season. District semi is going to be a huge environment up at Athens High School. Coach, what's it like trying to get, I know going back to some of your days, maybe before you got to Fairland, as a basketball coach at some different places, a team that you split with, Gallia won up at Gallipolis, Fairland won here at Fairland. Now you go to a neutral court. What's it like preparing for those games when you've split during the regular season?
I think you look at films and you pull out things that you did well and as well as what they did to cause you some discomfort, and then you have to find out what new things that you can do, and I think the greatest thing is now both teams know they can be beaten.
Oh yeah.
And there for a while our Fairland girls hadn't beat Gallia. No one had beat Gallia.
Right.
So it's a different animal. Now you're getting on the bus knowing that you belong. So, it's going to be a very good game. Coach Mary Haynes will have them prepared, and we're excited about it. We really feel that they're going to go up there and take care of business.
I agree, Coach. Definitely the mentality has changed a little bit after that victory here over Gallipolis. It was always felt like Gallipolis was a superior team. They couldn't be beat. It was almost like Gallipolis was the stone, and we couldn't pull the sword out of it. And we finally was able to do that this year. The mentality's kind of changed. We talked to Katie Pruitt on the Dragons pregame show Friday night. Just her thought process and speaking for the other girls. A lot of confidence going into Monday night. Unfortunately, we got about a 2-hour bus ride to go play a team that's 35 minutes away from us. It's weird how high school does that, but I do understand they wanted it on neutral floor, and Athens was available. We couldn't play here. We couldn't play at Gallipolis, which is two of the bigger gyms in Southeast Ohio, because we're the two teams in it. So, they moved it to Athens High School, and it is what it is. Both teams will show up. From my understanding, I know we have at least scrimmaged Athens and been in that gym a couple times. I don't think Gallipolis has been in that gym, so we've at least been in that environment. We look forward to that trip up there on Monday. Again, all tickets must be bought online through www.ohsaa.org/tickets. You need to go to Division III, to Region 11, and go down to the Chillicothe bracket, and you'll be able to find your tickets right there. Again, those all must be bought online. No sales will be at the gate. Yesterday, Coach Wentz took a cross-country team up to Rye Green, took the boys and girls both up there. Pretty successful day for the Dragons. Individuals, Molly Dunlap qualified for the girls to the regional meet. As a freshman, it's a huge accomplishment for her. And it gives her a lot of confidence going into the next 3 or 4 years, into those meets. Brody Buchanan, sophomore, Owen Baker, sophomore, also qualified for the regional meet. We're extremely proud of those guys. Again, that meet will be run at Pickarding High School in Columbus next Saturday. Those tickets are also going to need to be bought online for that meet. That is a beautiful facility. Coach, I know you haven't had the opportunity to go up to Pickarding. I've been up there, I think, twice now. I've been up and watched regional meet a few years ago, and McKenna Panel was there, and I was there another time. Just a wonderful facility there on Pickarding campus. So we look excited, and good luck to those individuals going up there. Soccer season's wrapped up this past week also. The boys dropped a tough game to Ironton St. Joe at Ironton St. Joe, and the girls dropped a game up at Jackson. So as they wrapped up their season, there were still a lot of positives to look forward to next year. Yes. Girls only had 1 senior. The boys had 3 seniors. What is it like, Coach, knowing that you have the core, the nucleus of your teams coming back and you're only graduating 1 or 2 teams. What's that off season look like preparing for next year with that many kids coming back?
I think that it's definitely good thing to have, because now you're bringing back the core of your team. As far as you're going to have some individuals that did receive a lot of playing time. You have leaders coming back, and you're just hoping that the right 1 or 2's in the fold, because I think that what people fail to realize is your coach, they set forth the culture that you want, but the culture you really get is what your athletes do. So hopefully they got 1 or 2 in there that's going to take that culture and they're going to run with it, get them in the weight room, get them on the field, get them in drills, get them in all the different places and things that they need to do to get better. And having, especially the girls team, having all those young ladies back, I mean, it gives them an opportunity to continue to improve. And, I'd say Coach Hall right now is very excited with what's going on and what she has coming back. And, as well with the boys, I mean, I thought that they got better all season long. And,
right.
And you could tell that in how they played Ironton St. Joe the second time around. So, so we're just looking to just see continued improvement in all sports. I mean, as well as with the cross country, Molly Dunlap, I mean, freshman.
Yeah.
And the things that she's done, just to see those people coming back and how you can change your sport just with those individuals.
I agree. I had the opportunity to talk with Coach Wine a little bit on Friday morning, and we talked a little bit about the future, and he talked about several of his kids coming back. Will Davis returning next year, Evan Williams, Zaid Mustafa. Those 3 guys are his core players. Ben Perino is another one. Just to be able to have that experience and coming back, and they were looking to, high school makes us take 28 days off, and they're looking to get started after that on that 29th day, getting back in the gym. They'll play a little indoor soccer for a little bit, and then they'll move back outside. So we're excited about that. Coach, we had the opportunity, we thought we were going to have the opportunity to be live for a little Dragon game day experience. We had some technical difficulties with our internet service at the stadium. I mean, I can't imagine, the stadium was built way before the internet was ever thought of. And so we had a little issue with that. So we weren't able to go live, but we did record it. It has been uploaded. So you get a chance to go back and watch that. Fans, please go back and watch that. We had a great time. A lot of people on talking about. I want to thank Wendy's of Proctorville also for sponsoring us and bringing some food up for all the guests. Coach, I know you had the opportunity to grab a strawberry shake or a strawberry frosty on the way out there before the game. We appreciate that. What's it kind of like? What was it like? I'm sure there was a little bit of buzz. All evening long, we've seen some of your players coming up behind and watching, and just fans. What was it like kind of in the atmosphere? Was that a good atmosphere for your kids to come out and see that?
Oh, it was great. You had the opportunity to have a couple of our guys on. And, I remember when I walked out and we're warming up behind the set, I should say, it was just great. I mean, to see Wendy's, to see, Coach Buchanan, see Ricky Schiffco, see all the individuals. Obviously, you got you have the old coaches out. I mean, it's just it was a great environment. But I thought the one thing that I thought was great was watching J.D. Thacker and Cole Lucas assisting with it. I mean, our student body's also there, and watching them guys throw ball on the side as their jobs got completed. Mr. Bell, I mean, there's a lot of individuals to thank, but man, it just makes the game a whole lot more fun, and it just provides a different atmosphere.
I agree. We see some of those guys. I know that Hunter Likens, J.D. Thacker, Cooper Cummings, Landon Roberts, a couple of your football players, and Mason Ward and Stephen Rhodes. You see those guys every day in the classroom. We see them up in the student section, those who aren't playing football, just before the game, just how helpful they were in getting things set up, working with us, trying to get microphones up and running. The knowledge that Mr. Bell has been able to put into these kids and stuff, these guys could possibly be making a career of that.
Oh, yes,
so,
absolutely.
I do appreciate all the help. We're going to maybe try to get that up and running. We're going to check some internet connections and see if we can get that a little bit more secure and get that up and running, so hopefully we can kind of reproduce that and have a little bit better live show this week. It was a great experience for us, and I do appreciate Coach Harris and Coach Carroll coming out, and Ricky Schiffco, and all the athletes, Katie Pruitt, our coaches, cheerleading coach Carrie Zuber, Chesapeake's coach Todd Nipp come over and talked to us a little bit.
Oh, okay.
You came over and talked. Jimmy Harris, who's a middle school football coach. His son was a sophomore quarterback from Chesapeake. He was also on the show. If I missed any others, I do apologize, but we do appreciate everything there. Now let's talk a little bit of football from Friday night. Opportunity to win your 6th straight Joe Smith Trophy afterwards. Able to keep that trophy, that helmet in the trophy case. Jumped out early, got up early, and kind of was able to put it on cruise control. Maybe work on some different little things that you can use in the playoffs, and also work on your future a little bit. Put some guys in some different positions. Of hey, next year you may be a left guard right now, but next year you may be the tackle or whatever. Kind of walk us through that game and the process of getting through that game Friday night.
First and foremost, it's always great to beat the team down the road. I mean, that's something that our two group of kids in today's society, they're spending more time together than ever before, regardless of what school you're at. So it gives you so-called bragging rights for the next 365 days. So it's always very important to beat Chesapeake. And, not only for our football players, for our school, for our community. I mean, it's a big thing for them. But, we were able to get out on them early, had some big plays, Stiller Leap, broke a run early. And from that point, we really didn't look back. I mean, I think we were up 41-0 at the half. And, we play a lot of young guys the second half. And I thought you've seen a lot of good things. C.J. Graham he's special. I mean, I know everyone wants to speak of his size, but just when you cut the film on, he just jumps off screen. He tackles extremely well. He takes great angles to the football. He just does a lot of good stuff. So it was great just to be able to sit back and to watch him. But he plays every Friday night. But I mean, just to watch him's a great thing. Tristan Daly has just started running the ball, and he runs the ball extremely hard.
He does.
And aggressive, physical young man. Elias Blankenship came in and did some good things. Brandon Kirk, Wyatt Calicote. You can just Lennox Holbrook. As the season progressed, Lennox is really starting to make moves. So we're just excited about some of those young guys and to see what their futures is going to hold as they continue to progress and become the football player they're going to become.
I agree. You mentioned a couple of kids there during the second half. It really stood out in my mind. C.J. Graham coming up, making some great tackles. But he's done that all year long. He's a great wrestler, and he uses a lot of those techniques and coming up. So, you said some things about C.J. Elias Blankenship seemed to be all over the field defensively in the second half. Which is great because that means the future looks bright. Lennox Holbrook, those are kids that you had talked about. Keegan Smith also kind of coming in, running quarterback. I've seen him have some nice runs.
Yeah, he really did.
Did some things well for you guys as a sophomore. Those linemen up front on the JV squad did some. I can't remember the names, but
I thought Titus Brooks really played well. He played throughout the game, both quarters, and he came in and made some really good tackles. His energy and effort on every single play is amazing. So, you got to tip your hat to that young man. He's really been a good addition to our team.
Yes, and it's funny you mentioned that. The guys I stand with down there several times on Friday night. Hey, now, who's number 9 again? Who's number 9? So Titus, great game by you. That was kind of a chance for him to get some little bit of revenge, but. Played an outstanding game. Again, overall, great game. A lot of people, a lot of buzz going around. A lot of people on the sidelines down on the end where I'm at talking. Really enjoyed the night. The opportunity to get in and get a victory against your rival. Your kids get another gold helmet. Something that we started when you first come in. You said it's got to mean something when we beat Chesapeake. We want to win. We want to be 10-0 every year, but we have to win this game. We got to make it mean something. We started that gold football that the kids get. Your seniors get their 4th one. You're getting your 6th one as a head football coach. Congratulations on that. Now we change gears a little bit. Now is where the cheese gets a little more binding, I guess is what they will say. Now you're in the playoffs, first round of playoffs. You finished up a 7th seed. You were able to jump ahead of a couple teams. You were able to jump ahead of Portsmouth, who got beat by Ironton. Union Local got beat by Barnesville. Those teams dropped. Fairland gets a win. Portsmouth West helped us out by winning the SOC, beating Wheelersburg. Trimble got a win over South Gallia. Those 2 wins helped us, jumped us up to the 7th seed. Now we're going to be facing West Muskegon. You know, we had to get Google Maps out to try to figure out where West Muskegon School is. About a 3-hour bus ride down here for them.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like Friday night, 7 o'clock game. Talk to us a little bit about it. I know you've had the opportunity to maybe talk to their AD, watch a little bit of film.
Well, yeah, you know, me and our head coaches had some conversations. Their athletic director, actually, Pete Woods, played football here at Marshall. So it'd be great to get an opportunity to see Pete Woods again, and I'm sure he'll be down. If nothing else, he's going to come down and see Mike Bartram. So I'm sure that he'll make his way back down this way. You know, they're a solid football team. They're 8-2 for a reason. They have their quarterback's very elusive, extends plays well, runs the ball, has a big, tall target, and at receiver, 6'2", 6'3" kid. Then their running backs run the ball extremely hard. So they're going to be a solid first-round opponent for us, but we're just excited. You know, we have the opportunity each week for 10 weeks to get prepared for this. So, you know, when the road narrows, it just becomes about execution. So the road's narrowed, and how are we going to execute is going to be the question each week, as long as we're blessed to have another 48.
I agree. You know, just to have the opportunity to go out and practice this week and get some looks in, and then get to play on Friday night. You know, that's a special atmosphere for us to be able to host another playoff game here. It's going to be an outstanding night. Coach, let's talk a little bit. Looks like maybe you're going to get some kids back this week. Maybe not. Well, you know, it'd probably be some game time decisions. But as we start looking at things, we've kind of changed the Dragon offense a little bit from what it was weeks 1 through 8, I believe it is. We've had a lot of success. Steeler Late, Bryson Hunt, these guys, Jack Hayden, Keegan Smith, these guys have really stepped it up for you here lately. Those skill position kids. To be able to see Stephen Rhodes get in the end zone on Friday night, that was probably the most exciting time, probably the loudest roar I've heard out of the crowd all season long. So going into that, you know, these seniors have a lot of experience. They're playoff tested. They've played a lot of games. They're now the winningest class in school history. Yes. They've probably played more games than any other class in school history. And these are guys that aren't just they've got 10 games under the belt. These guys have got 40 games because they played a lot as freshmen. Mm-hmm. What is going into this playoff game? What does that experience mean to you and to your team?
Well, it's definitely huge on our part. I mean, because, you know, they kind of take the ball and run with it. Mm-hmm. You know, you can trust them to do the small things. And, you know, one of our big things is making your bed. It's, you know, you got to make your bed. You got to do the things, because we realize success is in details. And having Stephen Rhodes and Stiller and Mason, Zion, those guys that has Justin McKee. I mean, Justin, from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, this kid's just transformed who he is. I mean, he's over the last couple of weeks, he's been special. Mm-hmm. Just going back and watching film, he's been lights out special. I mean, just dominating the line of scrimmage on the defensive side of the ball. But having those guys that's played in that amount of games, they're going to be the ones that truly get your team ready for this moment. They've been there. They've seen the ups, the downs, the ebbs, the flow. They've seen both sides, the victories, the losses, and having them to just kind of calm the nerves and to stable the ship, so to say, is very important.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I can't say enough about what your staff, and your players have done, and what you guys have mean to this school and to this community. So, Coach, we wish you the best of luck this week in our playoff game against West Muskegon. Hopefully it's not the last. We plan on playing a couple more weeks.
Yes, sir.
All tickets to Friday night's football game against West Muskegon must be bought online. Again, that's www.ohsaa.com/tickets. You'll go to the football link and find our game. Again, they all must be bought online. There are no reserve seats this week. There are no passes, so no senior passes or OVC passes or anything will be accepted. Again, all tickets, anybody entering the game must have a ticket, must be bought online. All seats are first come, first serve. We do appreciate everything that Mr. Bell has done for us this year.
Yes,
we're
sir.
on Dragons Coach's Corner about week 11. I do appreciate that. One person that kind of the unsung hero of everything that we've done here, Coach, with the video program. Well, actually, we probably have two of them. But Josh Ross, my brother-in-law. We can't.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't do this job without him. Josh, I appreciate everything you do.
Definitely,
You've helped us out with Huddle. He's helped Mr. Bell out a couple of times. Josh, I appreciate everything. Rodney White, your film guy.
Oh man, Rodney's. Listen, he a young man that played football for us here. He continues to come back, give his time. He's just amazing. I mean, not only to us. I mean, yesterday he's at the youth league game doing things for them, man. He. I mean, you don't. When you find people like that, you have to hold on to them. And
Right.
Rodney White's a special young man, and he's doing good things, man. Going to college, finishing up school, but yet still finds time to give back to people that, you know, he really doesn't have to. He could just walk away, and he still would be that same good person.
Right.
But yeah, he finds time to to pass it down, so to say. So I mean, thank you, Rodney. We really appreciate it. Also, Josh is just, I mean, he's always here, and and anytime he has an opportunity to give time, he does.
Yep.
So we're very blessed and thankful to have you guys.
Yeah, and I do appreciate it. Josh gave me the opportunity to be on the coaches, or to be on the little pregame show. I got everything set up, and I just gave him the set of keys at 4:45 and said, hey, take care of things until we get ready, and everything kicked off, went smooth. So I do appreciate those. Again, Rodney is always a pleasure to go up in the press box. Always a smile, happy to be there. So again, those two guys mean the world to our program and to us and what we do here at Fairland. Mr. Bell also, who's behind the scenes, we cannot thank him enough for everything he's done for us and taught us, Coach. I mean, you know, we're kind of becoming the old dogs in these situations, and we brought a new guy in. He's taught us some new tricks.
Oh, absolutely.
So, you know, we appreciate all that. Again, Friday night football game, we'll be able to live stream that right here on the IT Fairland Network. We look to hopefully have a pregame show also. Again, and we'll be back here next Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Dragon Nation, have a good day, and thank you.